So
that's good. That's good. So let's talk about Mirrored Revenge a bit. Let's talk about the album. I mean, you guys are relatively new on the scene. Well, for us, you came out of nowhere. Like,
yeah.
who is this band?
Yeah.
Where did they come from? And you are relatively new. So your album hit what, November 27th is when it was released.
Yeah, correct.
So it's
Yep.
pretty much brand spanking new. How long did it take to record?
I want to say
Who's gone
about
through it?
6 months or so.
So, I mean, in a pandemic world, that's actually pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird because we were recorded it, I was writing the album at the same time. If that makes any sense. Because we had like 3 or 4 songs ready. So like at the same time as I was sending the tracks for those songs, I was writing the following songs. So it was a little bit doing everything at the same time. But yeah, it was about, I think, 6-7 months where like we started writing, started recording, and printing the thing. Like it was quite quick actually.
It was very quick. But in terms of
Yeah.
it came together really well. But I think that was because the ideas were all. I believe, Constantine will have to tell me whether it's true or not. But I believe that probably it was something that he wanted to do, and we all wanted to do, and we just happened to find the right people at the right time, and that's why it was quite quick to do, really, because everybody just put their bit in, and it.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
So good karma, good chemistry makes for a good band at the right time.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and obviously like there were no egos. Like there are like no egos in the recording process. Like I wouldn't say anyone what to do. No one would say me what to do. That's not necessarily. Like I said, that's not necessarily a good thing. But hey, you know.
Which is why you're saying now, in retrospect, you think you overdid it a little bit.
Yeah, I did. I do think there was a certain. I can't remember. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go on, you carry on. It's fine.
There was a certain song, I can't remember which one it was, that I remember I was keep emailing Tom about it, because I'm like, can we adjust this? Can we put the volumes on that guitar part a little bit higher? Can I record another overdub on top of it? And at some point, I think he said something along the lines of, all right, if we keep doing that, like, we're going to have to charge you extra. For it. Along the lines, like, there was an extra song, the way I was going, and I'm like, all right, I need to stop. But I guess that's like the most difficult part, like in any recording process, when you have to say, all right, I'm done with it, and just, like, let it be. You know, let the song be, sort of, like, keep rearranging it the whole time.
But just remember,
we're all a bit like that, though.
Just remember, though,
that's part of perfectionist.
Eventually, you're going to have to play those live. So if they're too complicated, you're really screwing yourself, pal.
It's one of them.
That is true. That is true.
It's one of those oh shit moments. So in UK alone, how has your album been received?
Yeah, very well so far. Yeah, it's quite surprising, really. I'm always quite shocked by it, but yeah, everywhere seems to. We managed to get signed up to a. Is he German? German, isn't he? Yeah, a German promoter, and he does sort of advertising in the UK, and he gets us sort of lots of people in magazines and things interested, and like online and things like that. And he's been absolutely amazing, really. We've had a really excellent team of people around us as well, which has been really helpful. And they're sticking around for the second album, so that's really good, all of them. And so he's managed to get us into avenues that I think previously I've always tried to do lots of things like this and never really known where to go with it or what to do with it. And he's been really helpful and got us into places we perhaps wouldn't have been able to find without him. And that's equally in the UK as well. So he's, it's been, and the people that he's spoken to when they've reviewed it or got in touch with us, they've been really, really positive, which is always good.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
You know, sometimes people are not positive, so it's great.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that I'm guessing that because when I contacted you guys, he was just like, "Well, yeah, let's do this," and I'm like, "Yeah, let's do this," and he's just kind of like, "Wow," kind of a little blown away by our interest, I guess maybe, you know.
Yeah.
But for us, it's kind of like we search out things that nobody knows, nobody's heard of, and we go, "Wow, why haven't anybody heard of this before?"
Yeah,
It's
that's
good.
brilliant.
We like it. It fits what we like, and it's our style and our genre, and we want to give everybody an opportunity to check it out because there's so much good music out there that people aren't hearing. But the internet,
yeah,
like I said,
absolutely.
this kind of technology gives all of us the ability
yeah.
to expand those horizons that we couldn't do 20 years ago.
Mhm.
Absolutely,
Yeah, of course.
absolutely. It's amazing. Having the platform to do it all is amazing. But I just add to that as well. I think we were, because like Constantine said earlier, that there hasn't really been any egos. I mean, we've all been in lots of bands for many, many years, and a lot of bands break down or have problems because of egos. And I think we all know that. So most of us are in this, well, all of us in this band are I'd say we're probably quite humble people. So like from here on in, it's basically like bonus. Whatever happens is a bonus.
And now it's kind of like the
We're
cherry.
just amazed we got this far. Remember when the album was finished and we were all listening to it, we were messaging and talking to each other and saying, "God, I can't believe that's actually us. You know, we've done really well, and that's even if we get this far, that's great. And that, you know, everything else after that is just a bonus now."
You're like the cherry on top is that it's really good and people are really gonna like it, and now you're like, "Dang, this is awesome. You worked this hard now. Now you've got the payoff."
Well, you always hope people are
Yeah,
going
and
to like
like-
the stuff that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like especially from my end, like I'm so used to like going into bands where I used to play in low bands where they end up going nowhere. Like you always sit down, and you say, "Oh, we're gonna make an album, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that," and in the end, it was like nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie. When we started this band, in the beginning, I was a little bit, "Oh, it's not gonna happen." Like, no, seriously, I was a little bit negative towards it. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to record, I'm gonna try to play guitar, but I'm not expecting anything out of it. And next thing you know, the album was done. I was like, oh, holy shit.
Right. But I guess that's natural though. I mean, if you're let down so many times and you're in a lot of bands, you're not expecting it, and then you're like, "Dang, I finally got a group of people who really are serious about putting together a project and making it work."
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, it works.
I think that all of us, that's the other, yes, you know, in the same vein as what I was saying before, I think all of us have had lots of experience of dead-end bands, and I think I was determined anyway this time. I was absolutely driven and determined, and I went back to Constantine and said, "This is we're gonna do. This is what's gonna happen," and I was determined that it was gonna happen. And I'm still determined.
And it's
that the second
happened.
album is going to happen.
Right. Well, and now you have a 10-song full-length album and 1 lyric video. No, 2 lyric videos, right? So the first lyric video, Vixen of Virtue, came out, right?
Yeah.
And when did that
Yeah.
one come out? That
Well,
was.
the first thing.
Give me. I want to say it was out.
Was it 1 week before the album released?
I think
Yes,
it was.
yeah, it was. Yeah, 1 week before. So it was the 21st,
Yeah,
I think. It
a week
came out,
before.
21st of November. Yeah.
And then the second, that was for Vixen of Virtue.
Yeah.
And so tell us about that process. Like, did you guys, tell us about the video process, about doing the lyric video.
Well, basically, we'd chosen a single, and our promoter, our German promoter, is called Rock and Growl Promotions. I better mention him, really. And
Yes.
he sort of said you need to, because we're all new to this. Like I say now, it's sort of like we're just feeling our way through the next step because we've never really got this far before. So now we're all sort of feeling the next step and whatever happens, like I say, as a bonus. So we're saying, right, what do we do now? And he said, well, before you release the album, you need to really release a single. So we picked the single that we felt was sort of the best example of the album. And then it was like, oh, can you send me a video? And I'm like, no, because we're on lockdown and nobody can do any videos. So it was really difficult because, I've done a couple of music videos before with other bands, and you kind of meet up or you do a gig and somebody videos it and stuff like that. And it was like, oh, what are we going to do? So I just decided, I actually, another great member of our team, who hopefully will stick around, is a great video guy, and I came across him, and he had some ideas, and I had some video clips from some other videos as well that ended up on there, and he just kind of mixed everything together just how I asked him to. And I said, can we do a lyric video? And because obviously we can't meet up and we can't go to a set or a location or anything, so we'll just have to have something that's just as good, I suppose, in the interim period. So, we came up with an idea about it being a book and telling a story, which is most of the songs, hopefully, people find they do, because I think they do. So we sort of thought it would be a bit of a storytelling video, and that would hopefully be part of the lyrics. So but hopefully tells the lyric story through a kind of video book, if you like.
So what's the second lyric video going to be for?
Well, the second one's going to be for Empire of Stones, which in the beginning I was meant to do that. I gave myself the task to make the lyric video myself. Obviously, that didn't end up too well. And I found that guy from Sweden that I met through social media, basically, and he's doing lyric videos for other bands as well. So I asked him very nicely, if he can finish it for me. I told him exactly what I wanted, what kind of effects to use, or what kind of pictures, that type of stuff. And yeah, pretty much I got away from it, from doing it.
So do either one of you have any hobbies you like to do outside the band?
$1 million question.
No.
Well, that's it. Interview's over. We're done. Bye. Good night. No.
We're isolating at the moment.
I don't do anything else. I've got a daughter. I know Constantine's got a child as well. So obviously that's kind of takes up a lot of time. We all work like huge amount of hours. I think all of us work a lot. So and I think music is our hobby. I think, and definitely for us in our household. Literally, I spend hours listening to Paul playing the drums and recording and stuff like that. Oh yeah, just hours and hours. I go crazy with it. But so that is my hobby. I guess my hobby is listening to my husband play his drums.
So Christmas list for Lisa is noise canceling headphones.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, parenting is a full-time job all on its own. I know that. My daughter's grown, but I remember those days. I definitely do. But
I think we've all got young children as well, so
Yeah.
it takes up a lot of time, especially now because everybody's got a homeschool and stuff as well now. So
I can't even imagine how tough that's got to be, though.
Oh yes, you do. You got a cockatiel.
Yeah, you're right. I have a bird.